It's amazing how much of a difference perspective can make on things. I mean, you can share a piece of news, share a piece of information with two different people and get two entirely different responses to it. And I'll be honest with you, that's always kind of fascinated me. And one of the things I used to love to do with my kids is like take a big piece of paper and draw the number 6 on it, right? Have them sit on opposite sides of the table and place that piece of paper down and say, "What number do you guys see?" And then I'd have one say 6, I have the other one say 9, right? So it all comes down to perspective, which side of the table they're sitting on and how they're looking at things. Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team at eXp Realty. And I bring that up today because I think it's very important in today's real estate market. Um, the perspective on what is actually going on is all over the board. Most of the news that I've been seeing is actually taken, more of a negative tone, which seems to be what's happening with news in general these days. And again, it comes down to how you look at things. So I'm not here today to try and say, hey, the market doesn't have its challenges. It does. It's one of the most difficult real estate markets I have been in the nearly 20 years I've been doing this. But that doesn't mean it's all bad. So it depends on what it is that we're actually looking for. Are there multiple offers going on? Are buyers being outbid? Are buyers getting frustrated? Yes, yes, and yes. All of that is happening. From a seller perspective, are sellers concerned? Well, if I put my home up for sale, there's nothing really for me to buy. So what am I going to do? Am I going to end up homeless? I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure which way to go, right? There's concerns on both sides of the table. And that will slowly ease itself out. The real estate market's cyclical. I don't have a crystal ball, but what I can tell you is that the signs are already there that indicate that this is not going to last forever. It will start to change. I think we're already starting to see a glimmer, a sliver, a little bit of change in certain markets. I know that I'm seeing it. And I think that's going to become more widespread as we go later into this year. So today, I really just wanted to give everyone a couple of different perspectives on the real estate market that isn't being widely publicized. It's not being talked about a lot and the impact it has on you, whether you're thinking of buying or considering selling. So let's focus on the buyer side first, right? So is it difficult? Yes. Is inventory low? Yes. But interest rates are also at record lows, right? We can't overlook that. Even now, it's kind of funny to me that, the reports that I'm seeing, and you probably don't notice or see them as much as I do, being in the business every day, but they're talking about, oh, rates have been going up since, the end of January. Rates are on their way up. Rates are going up. It's talking about the fact that rates are going up. Where are they today? Well, as I'm recording this, they're at about 3.2%, roughly, maybe 3.25, depending. But we need to keep that in perspective. I mean, are those rates higher than the record low rates we saw last year and at the very beginning of this year? Yeah, they are. There's no doubt about that. But where are they historically? If you go all the way back to 1970, the rates are still ridiculous. They are still so amazingly low, it's hard to even fathom, right? You go all the way back to 1970, 1971, rates were about 7%, right? You go up into the early part of the 80s, they climbed as high as 17%, and they've been making their way down ever since. So the fact that the rate is at just over 3%, historically, that's still a great rate, right? And that's something that you should look at. So, you've got to decide if you're planning to buy, are you going to persevere? Are you going to push through, right? Are you going to stick to your plan and know that it will all be worth it in the end once you do get that offer accepted, right? So there's also a lot of wealth being built for homeowners right now. Do you want to be a part of that? Or are you just going to sit on the sidelines for another 6 months, 12 months because conditions right now are hard? Right? I mean, it's something that we all face in different aspects of life. But I just wanted to point out that those interest rates are phenomenal. So even though they've ticked up a little bit, don't get caught up in the fact that they're not 2.5% anymore. They're still a whole lot better than they were over the last 40 years, 50 years. And guess what? They're going up. They're going to continue to go up. They'll probably level off. They're probably going to get 3.3, 3.4. I've heard forecasts as high as 3.5 this year, but they are on their way up. And as they go up, it impacts your ability to purchase. So just keep that in mind. Number two point I want to make today is regarding sellers. You know, right now, plain and simple, there's not enough homes for sale to satisfy demand, right? So it is creating what we would call a seller's market, a severe seller's market. And as the chief economist at Realtor.com says, total active inventory continues to decline, dropping 50%, with buyers active in the market and sellers still slow to put homes up for sale. Homes are selling quickly. And the total number actively available for sale at any point in time continues to decline. We are seeing that. The numbers for April will be out in just a couple of days. Well, in April, the numbers for March will be out in just a couple of days, and I'll report on those. Right, the declines nationwide of nearly 50% that they're talking about, they're even more severe in the areas where I work, mainly North Texas and Southern California. We're seeing it even more than that. So that lack of homes for sale, yes, it creates challenges to the market, but it also creates opportunities if you're in the market to sell, right? Buyers are eager to purchase, right? And right now, the average house nationwide is receiving 4.1 offers. So, what does that do for you if you're currently a homeowner and you're considering selling? When is the best time to sell anything, any product? When competition is low, right? When demand is high and competition is low. Right now, competition amongst home sellers is really low because there's not a lot out there for sale. So that puts you in the driver's seat with regards to price, with regards to terms. That's not going to last forever, right? So does that mean that if you even had a glimmer of thinking of selling, you should jump and rush to put your home on the market? No, I'm definitely not saying that at all. But if the time is right for you, now may be a good time to consider it. I know in the area that I've been driving around, over the last 3 weeks, I've seen more for sale signs go up. More inventory is coming. And the more inventory comes on the market, the more competition you're going to have when selling your house. I know you're concerned about where you're going to go, but there's ways to overcome that. There are options available, and homes are continuing to be bought and sold every single day. So, again, the bottom line here is that whether you're on the side to buy or whether you're considering selling, it's not all negative in what's going on in the current market. There are absolutely opportunities presenting themselves that we haven't seen in years. And who knows exactly when this market will start to shift and go the other way and how long that will last. And when I say shift and go the other way, that doesn't mean I'm going to say prices are going to come down. There's no indication of that. Pace of appreciation will slow. I honestly believe that, but there's nothing out there to indicate that they're suddenly going to turn and drop anywhere in the near future. Right. So hopefully this helps. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity, as I say, out there for buyers and sellers. If you've got questions, please reach out. I'd love to talk to you. And if you want to be notified anytime I put a new video out or a market update, I'd really appreciate it. Click the like button and go ahead and subscribe to this channel.